Cool crossover rewards coming soon. Let's begin. Welcome back to another episode, guys. Today we've got a lot to talk about, so let's talk about what's coming this week. This week we can expect the new hunter, known as Ivy or the Shadow, will be available in the store for purchase for clues and I guess echoes if you want to purchase it that way. Probably better to purchase it with clues. This means that she'll also possibly be available in different game modes, maybe dual hunter mode, maybe in rank, although sometimes it takes an extra week before she's added to rank. They're going to be adding a new login reward if you've logged in for more than 2,000 days. So currently it's 1,000, 1,500 and now 2,000. I guess eventually they'll have to add 2,500 as well. We're starting the event that leads up to the anniversary event, and it's called the pre-departure preparation event. In this event, Mr. Inference needs to investigate a shipwreck accident. To do so, he needs to participate in a sailing event. During this event, if you complete daily check-ins, you'll be able to receive portraits, clues, fragments, and more rewards. I'm not sure if they've actually revealed what the portraits look like so far, but I can imagine this week they will. Maybe even today, the day of the release of this video. One thing that we might see this week is a possible adjustment to the new hunter trait that was added recently. I've forgotten what it's called. The one that is the teleporting gate one. That is not available in rank mode yet, and it's also not available in other game modes as far as I remember. And I can imagine they just haven't released it in those modes yet because they aren't sure if it's balanced. So we might see some adjustments, some buffs, some nerfs to the trait, and maybe they'll add it to rank. But probably they'll first add it to game modes before they do add it to rank. Now let's talk about what's coming from the future, because we've got a lot of stuff coming from the future. NetEase has confirmed which costumes were the winners of the voting event, and they include these skins: Paranormal Detective for Prisoner, Eurydice for Little Girl, Sea Salt Mocktail for Barmaid, Tonight or Never for Perfumer, Lady Bella for Bloody Queen, Manchurian Crane for Geisha, The Divine Light for Priestess, Blue Aladdin for Magician, Blossom of Rebirth for Doctor, and Frost for Wu Chang. All of these skins are great. There was definitely a theme of white clothings for skins that everyone seemed to be voting for. If you check all the ones on the left hand side, they're all wearing different types of white clothing. It's really weird. Maybe people associate S tier with white clothing, nice clean clothing, I don't know. One of my moderators, Kaharu, wants me to also mention, and yes, I'm going to mention her by name, she wants me to mention that since Prisoner and Barmaid skins won 2 years in a row now, that means next year these skins won't be available for voting. So this will be the last time you'll see them for a couple of years at least for you to be able to purchase again. Let's talk about some crossover news, because recently, of course, NetEase announced the Identity V and Arnold and Puppets crossover, and this means it's also an animation crossover. For the animation, that is an animation that there will be like a YouTube video, as far as I can tell, that will release every Wednesday beginning on the 3rd of April. So I don't know how long it will run for, but I'm assuming for multiple Wednesdays. This show will include different characters from Identity V in a kind of a cartoony theme, and they've revealed some of the characters that are going to be in this kind of animation. And in game, we're getting a special event. They've also started an open thing on Twitter, where if you go to the Twitter page and then click on the link, you'll be able to get a special warm-up event reward that's a portrait of Smiley Face in his kind of animation theme. So make sure you go and click on that one. Let's talk more about the actual crossover itself in game that's coming on April 3rd. You can receive the portrait frame called A Corner of the Theatre and the furniture piece Arnold 3D painting. I just want to clarify that this hasn't been revealed as of the time of recording this video on the Identity V English Twitter. This was revealed on Weibo, meaning I'm assuming it's still coming to global and it's not going to be a China only, but I don't really know and I don't want to say that it is. In the store for this crossover, they're going to be adding a ton of new content, including of course the skin that we talked about last week, this gardener skin. I think it's called Theater Host, that might be available permanently. It says permanently in Chinese, I don't really know. It is an S tier skin costing 2,888 echoes or 12,888 fragments. There will also be an echo discount for the first week of 20% off. Discount cards cannot be used though. There'll be some new furniture pieces for this crossover, including an A-tier furniture piece called the Puppet Round Table, available for echoes and clues. The A-tier furniture piece, the Hilarious Armchair, also available for echoes or clues. And in the furniture store, not in the normal store, so the kind of expensive fancy store that you can buy special furniture from, they've got an S-tier furniture piece coming called the Puppet Theatre that will be available for a limited time. I think the previous ones that I mentioned, the Round Table, the Hilarious Armchair, I think they're going to be available permanently as well, but not completely sure on that. Let's move on to another crossover because we got some more news on it, and that is the return of the Junji Ito crossover. We know, of course, that there are going to be some skins coming, including the return of the Dream Witch S tier skin Tomi Kawakami, available for fragments or echoes. That's really, really cool. The Lucky Guy A tier Shuichi and the Wu Chang A tier intersection Bishonen that will also be available for fragments or echoes. But they're also going to be bringing back other content that they didn't really announce in the first announcement, including the A tier pet Jean-Pierre, the B tier accessory for Lucky Guy called Voodoo Doll, and the B tier accessory for survivors in general called Straw Eye. These will all be available in the store for fragments or echoes. There's also going to be a small package in the store that's called the Junji Ito Collection crossover package that will include the portrait called Tommy and the portrait frame Blood Tree. I believe I heard someone say it was echoes only, but I don't have any confirmation of that. And another freebie part of this crossover is going to be the sharing event. If you share this crossover, I'm assuming on Twitter or on Facebook or something like that, you'll be able to get 100 inspirations. You can only do this once though, so you can't get more than 100 inspirations per person. NetEase also announced or showed us a better look at Magician's Ivory Tower skin, and we know it's called Rabbit's Foot. It is a really weird name if you really think about it, but let's not talk too much about that because the skin is quite cool. I think it's going to be 60 echoes as far as I remember, as all of the Ivory Tower skins are, and that will be coming, I believe, on April 3rd as well. I don't really have a specific video to send you guys to that's connected to anything that was just released, so click on the video right here on the screen. That is one that YouTube thinks that you should watch.